How's it going? It's G.I. Jake, your proud U.S. Army veteran, here to serve you. How's it going, everybody? What is going on at Fort Hood, Texas? Well, Fort Hood is actually one of the largest Army bases in the world, active military bases in the world. Right now, we got the loss of Specialist Guillen, who was murdered and buried by a fellow soldier. Rest in peace to her. And then now we got Sergeant Fernandez, who went missing and who was believed to be found deceased today. That wasn't confirmed yet, but he did go missing in Killeen, which is right outside the base. Now, I was actually stationed at Fort Hood, Texas from 2006 to 2009. That was my main base where I was stationed. Again, I only did 3.5 years. I did a year in Iraq. Other than training, I was at Fort Hood, Texas. Luckily for me, half my class at AIT went to Germany, and I went to Fort Hood. Again, I'm from Arizona, so it was close enough to be home. Fort Hood, again, is in Killeen, Texas, and it was about a 14-hour drive, 3.5-hour flight to home. So I can see my son and whatnot and see my family. So I felt really blessed to be stationed there. However, it wasn't the greatest experience. I mean, it was okay. Fort Hood is like its own little city. I mean, it has gyms, DFACs, a bowling alley, gas station, the PX, go get your groceries. It has military police. It sucks because if you mess up, you get punished. Like if you mess up in the city or outside base, you can get punished by the city, and then you get punished again by the military. So you definitely don't want to mess up. But right outside base is Killeen. Killeen was ghetto. There was always prostitutes, druggies. I mean, it was just bad. Like I would just drive right through Killeen all the time and head towards Temple or Waco. If you went the other way, it was like Lampasas, which is nothing. But then if you kept going like an hour and a half, you'd run into Austin. Austin was amazing. 6th Street on the weekends, man, that was fun. But like I said, these are just two big headlines that recently happened with Specialist Guillen and then Sergeant Fernandez. What I'm basically saying is, if you are joining the military, or even if you're moving to somewhere else, you want to make sure you are aware of your surroundings. If you join the service and then after AIT and you go to your duty station, you get in close with your platoon. Don't ever travel anywhere alone. Even if you live off base, search it up, look it up. See what areas are safe, and just be aware of your surroundings. I don't know if a lot of people remember this. Sorry about that, but in 2009, November 5th, 2009, a major at Fort Hood went into an outprocessing center and just started shooting. He killed, I believe, 13 soldiers, rest in peace, and 30 others were injured until I think it was an off-duty officer who shot him. I was actually, now remember, this was November 5th, 2009. My official ETS date, the day I got out, was November 29, 2009. But I had like 60 days to leave, so I was able to get out 2 months kind of early and still get paid. So I left, I believe, around October 5th. 2009. So I was actually living in the barracks behind that outprocessing center when a month before that happened. I was in those barracks, and then I went through that same center. That center's huge because again, when you're coming on base, you go through there. When you're leaving, you're exiting through there. I was just in there a month before, and then that shooting happened a month later, November 5th, 2009. I'll never forget it. I remember I was at home back in Arizona. And I was just like, wow, man, and I felt so bad. And then I called everybody that I had known at the time, make sure they were okay. Thankfully, everybody that I knew, none of them were injured. Again, rest in peace to those who lost their lives that day. But this was on base, and this was a major. He's an officer, and he had a, I think it was a 9. I don't know what he had. I forgot what it was. He had a pistol, and he just went in there and started shooting. So, and again, Fort Hood's a big base. There's always something going on. So if you're living on base, just again, always be aware of your surroundings. Always be careful with who you move with. Watch how you move, and just stay safe. My prayers and wishes and condolences goes out to the family of the Specialist Guillen. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing her name wrong, and Sergeant Fernandez. Hopefully, they can get closure and move on. And if he's still alive, then that's great. But again, when you're on base, be aware of your surroundings. And then just be safe out there. It's a tough world. It's hard times right now. Stay strong. And shout out to all my vets. Shout out to the people that are going to serve this great nation right now and put their lives on the line. Again, it's G.I. Jake, your proud U.S. Army veteran, here to serve you. Carry on.